88 or 8.88 watt hours on both of these. They're the same. They're just, this one's bigger, and it's $40 for another one. This cost, I'm sorry, $7.50. I got some on order last night. I put 2 more on order for $15 with a coupon. What is good, YouTube? So tonight, let me put my light on. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at the MD500 from our Sierra. Take a look at what's under the bonnet. Let's take this out. Here we go. This is going to look a little different than the one you have, because that is an XT60 connector. Probably should have gone with a 30. I'm actually going to fix that. This was experimental, but we have put a 2500, and it's a tight fit. It's a tight squeeze, but you can actually fit a 2500 milliamp battery pack, 18 frickin' and a half watt hours, versus the 8 watt hour battery that comes with it stock. So this is adding 10 watt hours to your flight time at the cost of 30 more grams of weight. So before I did this, I had the stock pack installed, and you can see here I'm missing one of them, but I have this little cargo net deal set up underneath here. Usually I'd have another one going across this way too to make an X. And what that enables you to do is carry a payload. You could carry something under the belly, right? So what I did is I took like a silver dollar and a nickel or something, and I made it come up to 35 grams on the scale, and I put it all in a little bag. Oops. A little bag like this after I put it on the scale. So actually I didn't use a silver dollar. I used this and then a couple of other coins, and it came up to 35 grams, which is 5 grams heavier than our battery. And you're like, what does that matter? It does. It does. This whole aircraft weighs 115 grams without the nose. We'll put the nose on. Yes, okay, so this is the battery pack from factory. We'll tap the scale a few times. 246 it claims. Okay, it's even better, you guys. It's even better than I thought. All this plastic is wasted battery space. That was what I saw when I opened this thing up, and it provides at least as much flight time as the stock one, because they are exactly the same milliamps and watt hour. Of course, we're at 88 or 8.88 watt hours on both of these. They're the same. They're just, this one's bigger, and it's $40 for another one. This cost me $5. Actually, no, I'm sorry, $7.50. I got some on order last night. I put 2 more on order for $15 with a coupon. I hope this was inspiring. I'll quickly cover this. What you're going to want to do if you do the true conversion, meaning that you're no longer ever going to use the stock pack. What you're going to want to do is take it all apart, remove the cage from the frame, and it's held in by 4 screws. You're going to take all of them out, remove the cage. Now you've created this cavity in the belly that you can put your own battery packs in. Then you're going to remove the wires from what the battery pack used to plug into. This is you're committed now, okay? Unless you'd always put it back. I have the cage, I can resolder it. And if you don't know how to solder, learn. Do a few practice solders on some wires that you're not doing anything with. And when you figure out how to do it, watch a few videos. Now you're ready to come in here, cut the wires off, you know, don't cut them off super short. I left them long. I cut them off pretty much. I desoldered them actually. I just desoldered them from the little PCB that holds the power socket. And then I put this massive XT60 socket. But I really shouldn't have. I should have done a 30, which would be about half of this big. This thing is ridiculous in here. And you gotta watch out when you put it back in. I did actually find a really good place to put it. So when it goes in, it'll go in down into the pocket here. Like basically it's now back in here. And then the wire from the battery just neatly tucks in. It depends on how you want to route it. I actually had it coming up like this. And you plug it in first. I'll just show you how I do it. It doesn't even take long, especially with this small pack. And once I get the JST, those are real easy. It goes dink and you plugged in. And I run a 10 scale at 60 miles an hour with JST or whatever it's called, JST. Okay, so you got it connected. Push this down in to the side, and this, like I said, it'll be much easier with a smaller socket. I just went ham with the big one because I forgot how big a the 60 size connector is, how much bigger it is. And now I'm making it look like it's hard, but I also can't see what I'm doing. So you can like tuck it in like this. I swear it's not this hard, guys. And it's going to be easier tomorrow once I put this. There we go. It actually needs to go in like that. So it's not in the way. Make sure that the wires are not in the way of. Again, once you get smaller connectors, this will not be an issue. I am dumb. I put a massive connector in there. So then you're ready to put the battery in. Get it detangled, situated there. And it should just slip right in because this one swims in there. Yeah, this one's floating in there. And because of gravity, I'm not really super worried about it being pressed against those gears and getting tore up. It's in this cellophane wrap. If I see it wearing on the, every pack, I can look at it and see, oh, wow, that's a problem. If it becomes a problem, I'm going to put a shield over the battery. I'll just slide something, like a piece of plastic or something between the battery so that it can't contact. I'll figure it out if it's a problem. So far, it has not been a problem, and I don't see any wear on the battery. So we're going to tuck the wires in just like that. This will be so much easier once I get the small cable. That small cable will just be like, dink, it could be anywhere in here. It will, it could be literally, I could just leave it laying across here. This one's too fat to do that. It'll be in the way of the window, of the windscreen. And then we're going to take the windscreen. Where did I put it? Right here. And my kid's banging on my office door here, so I'm going to have to end the video now. And then it just snaps back together real nice, like a football. Because footballs snap together. Usually how you want to do it, start at the top. If it doesn't line up perfectly, start over. Something's in the way here. Yep, there was a wire in the way. This wire, plug that back in. I'm not going to right now. I'm being fast. You're going to put it in like that, both sides, and then you're going to come down to the bottom, and you're going to see that there's no wires in the way. If there are wires in the way, just scoot them out the way, and then now you're done. Now you can go fly it, and it's actually lighter now. Like I said, the 1200 packs are like 10-15 grams lighter than this whole fat deal here. And when we're talking about these scaled things, this is flight time. This could be 7% of your flight time or something. So, you think about 5 grams differently. You start thinking about that. I'll go ahead and end the video here. And I'm going to cut it up and make a shorter 10-minute video out of this 37-minute mess. Y'all have a good one. Quick look at this thing, front to tail. This is a custom paint job. Again, my first attempt really at what I wanted it to look like is that it was weathered and not made out of plastic. So now it has like a texture to the body, and it actually looks kind of like it's rusted maybe here. There's some rust coming through. And then camo kind of washed out I'll go ahead and end video. Y'all have a good one.